Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, it is Grandmaster Hawk. I have a new Sparking Zero video for you, but it's technically not mine. So the video that we're about to watch actually is from another content creator named Kuwanger, KRT. When he uploaded this, I actually did watch it all the way through, and I asked him if he would be okay with me doing kind of like a reaction type kind of video to it with overlaying some of my own notes, because there are some extra things that I can put into this video. Kuwanger did say yes, I can do that. And Kuwanger, if you're watching this, you did say that I can monetize this, but out of respect for you as a fellow content creator, player, and a person, I am still not going to monetize this. So thank you regardless for giving me permission to do that, but I would rather not do that because, yeah. So this video, I was going to use Facecam for it. I decided not to because I don't really have a good spot for it, and I feel like it would just be better if I watched the whole thing without it due to all the captions and stuff that he put on, and I'm going to be returning the Sparking Zero this week, unfortunately. So I figured now would be the best time to get into this. So without further ado, let's start the video, and I will make the necessary cuts wherever, or pause wherever in order to insert my own notes. Yep, this is indeed true. So in Tenkaichi 3, this only applies to melee attacks, by the way. This does not apply to Ki Blast attacks whatsoever. You do get more damage on the back in Tenkaichi 3 using melee attacks, and in Sparking Zero this was removed. This is a Raging Blast element because Raging Blast did not have this, neither Raging Blast 1 or 2. I'm really not sure why they removed it, but I think anyone who's played both the Tenkaichi trilogy and the Raging Blast games would know that if you spent enough time on Sparking Zero, then you will know that basically Sparking Zero is a conglomeration of Tenkaichi 3 and Raging Blast, and it's in the worst way possible as well. Like, it's trying to be two different games at once or something, and it just does not do it very well. Yeah, this is very true. Very true indeed. You can't do that at all in Sparking Zero. Yeah, they brought back the Raging Blast 1 version of the Perfect Smash, and it doesn't even do it that well. There are some characters in Sparking Zero that have like a slightly bigger hitbox for it or a slightly wider range for it than others, but it's very inconsistent. Whereas in Tenkaichi 3, like, numerous characters had different ranges, but also because their hitboxes were very different as well. Like Raccoon, for example, and like Giant Lord Slug, just to name two of them off the top of my head. They had really good range, and because their hitboxes were different, you could even hit them from kind of like a mile away, depending on the character and the smash that you used. For example, all of the Vegetas in the game, because they all share the exact same forward or neutral smash, that actually has pretty good range, even on regular characters, and on giant characters, of course, it has phenomenal range. I mean, you can still do stuff like this, but in Sparking Zero, it just does not work well at all. God, I missed that up smash from Super Vegito so much. Why did they take it away? So much I missed that smash. I'm glad Z Gogeta at least kept his, but I guess they kind of had to. Yep, there's the loop that I invented. I can say that with confidence because I was using that before anyone else did as like the easiest way to practice Dragon Dash cancels and perfect smashes for looping. Okay, so here we have our first pause. I'm gonna pause this here for a second. In Sparking Zero, these combos aren't possible anymore because Perfect Smash is too slow, lacks range, Rush Chains sends them too far away, and have too many recovery frames. This is both a true and a false statement. So these combos aren't possible anymore because Perfect Smash is too slow. That part is true. Lacks range is kinda 50-50. And Rush Chains sends them too far away to have too many recovery frames. That part is also true. Let me just see if I can finish this segment. I'll get to the end of this segment, actually, before I elucidate the rest of it. This is the Perfect Smash Combos chapter, so, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, see, stuff like that is still possible, but it also just depends on which smash you're using specifically, and if your opponent is getting up or not. Because if you're using a smash that has like a decent hitbox, in that situation, let me just rewind a little. In this situation, if you're using Gogeta, you actually don't want to use the up smash. I don't know if Kuwanger tested this or not, and I wasn't going to bother telling him because it's not that important. I'm not trying to nitpick either. But since you're using Z Gogeta, in this situation specifically, you would probably want to go for the neutral perfect smash, or maybe even the right perfect smash. Okay, so now I will do a cut here and get to the first part of this section that I'm going to shed some more light on for you guys. The reason why the Perfect Smash loop doesn't function that well in Sparking Zero is because it actually has Raging Blast 2's mechanic system specifically. In Raging Blast 2, if you use a light charge attack or a level 1 charged square, you are not able to use a level 1, 2, fully charged smash or a perfect smash, again, using that exact same smash. And in Sparking Zero, that was what they implemented. I'm not sure why, but that's what we ended up getting. So if you wanted to loop Dragon Dash cancels with perfect smashes, you would end up having to use different smashes, like I'm going to be showing you here in a clip in a moment. But here's the clip again, showing me doing an up perfect smash and then trying it again, and then the opponent falling out because the game already detects that I used it once. Now, if you're doing it this way, you can use other directional smashes in order to keep it going, but there's a big problem with this. Because the combo counter is still on screen, it's still detecting that the combo you did before is going, so because each character has their own amount of pursuit attacks, and I think in Super Boo's case it's 2, he's only able to do 2 vanishing attacks. So you do 1 for the first one, and then even if you catch the opponent with a second perfect smash with a different smash, and then use the vanishing attack again, it doesn't reset like it does in Tenkaichi 3, and I'm not actually going to show that, but here's the Tenkaichi 3 clip showing what I mean, where you can do a level 1 charge attack with a neutral smash, just as an example, and then you can get a fully charged smash if you time it properly. Then you can get into a Dragon Dash or a Dragon Homing, cancel it with a Dragon Dash cancel, go into another combo, and then you can do it all over again because you still have the momentum. If they bring back this combo in Sparking Zero, then it'll be a lot more fun for people to combo with these mechanics. Lastly, for this section, here are the Raging Blast 2 and Sparking Zero clips showing exactly what I mean with the light charge attack. Alright, now we can get back to the main video. Yeah, this is very true. In Tenkaichi 3, the less health the character has, you do have to mash a lot more in order to recover in any situation, whether or not you're stunned or you've been smashed away. And this is, again, the Sparking Zero system is Raging Blast 1 and 2 system, actually. You can't recover if you've been stunned by a heavy finish or a Grand Slash or anything. You have to just, you usually can pretty much just sit there and wait until your character automatically recovers by themselves. In Tenkaichi 3, you do have the option to recover faster, and if you were hit by a fully charged heavy finish, you would have to mash more in order to recover from that. Now, none of that is applicable in Sparking Zero. It's a lot easier. Now, the ground recovery in Sparking Zero is also part of what Raging Blast 2 had. You do this ground slide, which I'm not going to bother showing, but holy crap. The one that we do have currently is so bad because most of the time you don't even want to recover because you'll end up being susceptible to another cinematic rush super or something, and it's just, it's so annoying, man. Yeah. Longer time to recover from both Grand Slash and Blast attacks. Yeah, the low health thing, also a thing in Sparking Zero. You can't recover, you don't take longer to recover in Sparking Zero. They made it much easier. See, there's a lot of hand-holding that Sparking Zero does, and people still think that the game is fine, or like, people shouldn't be complaining, but yeah. Yeah, sending Ki Blasts and whatnot, hopefully these come back soon. And then we can experiment with some more Ki Blast combos. Throw in proper movement mechanics, and oh boy, we're gonna have some nice movement and Ki Blast combo techs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Rush finish, Sparking Zero auto combo. You know what's really stupid about this part? Is that, let's say you get a combo started while you're in jump mode, and you stop or you get hit while in jump mode. If you stop or you get hit while you're in jump mode, you're still in jump mode. I don't know why. Like, in Tenkaichi 3, if you're in jump mode, or even in the Raging Blast games, as far as I remember, if you get hit in jump mode, you're already automatically considered airborne. But, man, I don't know. It's possible Dragon Dash clash with Giants on regular characters in BT3, but not Sparking Zero. Yep. Giants cannot clash in this game. They do have their own different kind of clash. It's because hyper-realism, probably with Unreal Engine 4, 5, whatever, sorry, makes it so that Giants can't actually do that, but it was one of the funniest things about Tenkaichi 2 and 3 is that Giants were actually able to clash. It's probably because they don't have the animations to make it actually function, but I don't know. Yeah, ground throw not working on Giants in Sparking Zero. This is something I did not test until, yeah, this part right here, I never tested this, so the fact that this happens is actually really funny to me. It makes me wonder if you can still attempt to super counter it, but I did attempt to test it with one of my former students on Tenkaichi 3 on Sparking Zero a while ago to see if you could super counter the ground throw, but you can't. So maybe, hopefully they'll change that. High-speed Dragon Dash that moves faster. Yeah, see, this was something that I touched upon before the game even came out, is that if you did... I'm pretty sure Kuanger's about to talk about this, right? If you did a fully charged smash and you did not enter a dragon homing like this, In Tenkaichi 3, every character, for the most part, has a different speed at which they move, because the bigger your character is, or the heavier they are, the slower they will move naturally, or get to the opponent faster. Like, if you're a small character, you'll get to your opponent using a dragon homing like this much faster. But in Sparking Zero, the only way to even close the gap is to enter a Dragon Smash, and it's just... it's not good. I don't know why they did that. They really need to bring back Dragon Dash variability with the character that you're using, because everyone moving at the same speed is not necessarily bad, but having to input a Dragon Smash just so you can close the gap is not good either. Like, from a casual point of view, sure, every character having that same speed is fine, but it contributes to the age-old argument that people have dealt with for Tenkaichi, where every character plays the same. In Sparking Zero, that statement stands true, and that's why it really hurts, because Tenkaichi 2 and 3, not all characters play the same at all. It has never been that way. Anyone who's ever said it, they have either not played the game, or they have literally no idea what they're talking about. Like, they're also probably not good at the game either, but... yeah, like, Dragon Dash versatility and movement versatility and everything, these things need to be changed, because everyone plays the same argument in Sparking Zero is a completely true statement, and that's one of the reasons why people are dropping the game. One of the smaller reasons, though, because I'm sure most people are not paying attention to that aspect of the game, but it is definitely an important part of what makes Tenkaichi Tenkaichi, is that not every character plays the same, is that every character has different movement speed, different attack speed, different ki blast properties, all of that stuff. Yeah, Tenkaichi 3 Z-Burst Dash's ki consumption is based on the distance traveled. So, for situations like this, I'm kind of glad that they did what they did for Sparking Zero, and here's the problem with Sparking Zero, is that they should not have changed it to make it 2 bars. They should have changed it. They should have retained it being 1 bar of ki, but also give us the option to recover without turning around to face the opponent. Like, if you get smashed away, right, and you recover, your character naturally does like a backflip or whatever to realign with the direction that your opponent is in. We don't need that to be a thing. That's the only reason why Z-Burst Dash even got the nerf that it did, is because people were doing that. And when in all realism, all they need to do is make sure that you can recover without changing the character's position. That's all that they need to do. It's not that difficult. Yeah, so right now he's talking about stun barriers. Hopefully this also comes back, but it'll be meaningless if it comes back without any real versatility, so... yeah, so I think now he's showing off the Dragon Dash cancel that he invented, I believe. I'm pretty sure Kuwanger was the one who did this. I only practiced this for like 3 to 5 minutes on stream once. It seemed pretty useful, and then somehow it got patched, and now you can't do it. And see, looking at these combos and whatnot, there are so many people that would claim that people like me and Kuwanger are ruining the game, when in all realism, you people, and when I say you people, I mean the people that refuse to learn how the game can be played in a better way. If you think that we're ruining the game, find your own circle of people to play with. It's a fighting game. People are going to experiment with all the different things that they can do, because that's what fighting games are for. You're not supposed to be able to just mindlessly mash and have things happen. See, this is something that they need to bring back. Being able to recover faster, just so your opponent cannot catch you. See, that Yajirobe patch would not have happened if this was a thing. If you as the player were able to recover from being smashed away, if you were able to recover faster in that situation, the Yajirobe patch, I promise you guys, would not have ever been a question in anyone's heads. That's not something that needed to happen. It's only because we lack recovery options, therefore Yajirobe was a problem. It wasn't even the fact that Senzubin was basically a very fast skill to use. We just needed proper recovery options. What's he talking about here with lightning attack? I don't remember this part. Oh yeah, you can definitely do that over here. It's, to extend the combo, it's dependent on how many pursuit attacks or chase attacks that your character has. So like if you're using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can do up smash lightning attack, like meaning vanishing attack. But yeah, BT3 players can dash quickly without having to use resources by pressing X. Yep, so I don't know if he's going to showcase it here, but there's a mechanic with the regular dash itself called dash boosting, where if you dash a couple of times in any direction and you cancel the dash with another dash, you can literally boost your dashing speed. And for fast characters in the game, this is a problem against different characters that don't move as fast. You can literally run around for as long as you want and you could not get caught. You could even outspeed cinematic rush supers like Meteor Smash by just simply dashing because you're so fast. I don't know who discovered dash boosting, by the way. It was probably a South American player, because everyone knows that if you're in the Tenkaichi 3 community, you know that South American players are cracked. But yeah, dash boosting definitely a very handy thing. Would be very cool to have in Sparking Zero as well. Short dash. So a couple of my friends have been asking me how I feel about short dash being chainable. It would have been nice if we could have a chainable short dash while it's not expending that much ki. I will also say, if they're going to bring Raging Blast elements into this game, they could at least, like, give us the option to cancel the Z-Burst dash, because in Raging Blast 2, if you did a super dash, that's what the ZBD is called there, you can cancel it anytime you want. Like, that would actually be very beneficial in Sparking Zero, for the sole reason that traveling great distances is something that you cannot escape in Sparking Zero. So if they bring back the ability to just cancel Z-Burst Dash at any time, even MUI players will have a problem. Now, am I saying that I think that they should bring that back? I don't know, but I think in theory it would probably be good to have. Yep, you can use dash and ascend or descend to go behind the opponent very quickly. These are the kind of flight mechanics that we do kind of need to have back. And the best part about this is that if you settle yourself in the step barrier, you can't keep moving like that. You'll have to settle on doing semi-flanks and stuff. God, I do miss my flanking. Yeah, definitely not as effective. Oh god, the tilt motion on the camera hurts so much. Yep, there is a semi-flank. And semi-flank. Oh god, it's so slow! It's so slow. So the hit stun of the last air combo hit stun is actually still a thing in Sparking Zero. It's just significantly less, and there isn't really anything you can do with it. But I did find out, and I'm not sure if this was common knowledge or not, I found this out a while ago, meaning like the last couple of months, that after the last hit of the air combo for the hit stun, you can actually immediately cancel or go into a quick ascend or quick descend and like try to short dash around, but it's not really reliable. Blast combos can be performed. Yeah, this was another thing that was removed in Sparking Zero. I don't know why they removed this, because Even Raging Blast 2 brought this back. In Raging Blast 1, I don't think it was a thing, but they brought it back in Raging Blast 2. And the blast combo that you had actually varied with the character that you were using. So I'm going to let this play out. Free blast moves in sparking mode. Yeah, so I'm going to let this whole section play out before I get into the next one, or elucidate this a little bit more for you guys and show you something interesting. So let's just watch this for a minute. Kachin. Eraser Cannon. Special Beam Cannon. Since he used Super Saiyan Future Gohan there, I might try to use another example with Super Saiyan Future Gohan. Oh good, he used Ultimate Gohan as well. This one, yep, Super Explosive Wave. So I'll try to use Super Saiyan Future Gohan and Ultimate Gohan as examples for when I do mine to touch upon this section. What else does he show here? These blast combos. Used to blast combos, it does ridiculous damage, less scaling. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause this and I'm going to elucidate this for you guys a little bit on Tenkaichi 3. In Tenkaichi 3, your blast combo varies with the blast attacks that your character has. In Super Saiyan Goku N's case, he has Super Kamehameha and Super Energy Wave Volley, right? So if I were to go max power mode, depending on which attacks that I'm using, he will end up using one of those attacks as on the receiving end. So if I were to do, let's see, I can't remember, does he have Heavy Crush? He does not. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do Rolling Hurricane. See, for this he has Super Kamehameha off of his Rolling Hurricane. Now, let's see what he has off of his Dragon Tornado. Super Energy Wave Volley, see? The move that you use depends on the super attack and the move that your character has. So, for example, you guys saw in Kuwenger's video that he used Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai does not have any other energy blast related move except for his little beam attack. So for example, he used Ultimate Gohan and Future Gohan. Let's take those two really quick. I'll take Future Gohan to start off. Ultimate Gohan has Super Kamehameha and Super Explosive Wave. So depending on the move that I use, or rushing technique follow-up that I use, he will end up having either Super Kamehameha or Super Explosive Wave at the end of it. For this one, we'll try Rolling Hurricane first. That one is Super Kamehameha. For Heavy Crush, it should be Super Explosive Wave. Yep. And for his vanishing attacks, also Super Kamehameha. Some characters, again, it really just depends on what moves that they have. In Ultimate Gohan's case, again, Super Kamehameha and Super Explosive Wave. So depending on which move you use, or which rushing technique you use specifically, and I'm talking about these ones. So Dragon Tornado, Heavy Crush, Rolling Hurricane. It doesn't apply to Ki Cannon Smash mainly because it's a straight smash down. I can show that to you guys really quick, but it's not really going to do anything. So let me do power up to the very limit here. Come on this side. You can see it's just a straight smash down. So how you determine whether or not a character has a blast combo from a specific move, it really just depends on the smash. I guess blaster move probably is the only exception to this rule. because Ki Cannon, Smash, and Blaster Wave technically have the same down smash send, but you'll see for Rolling Hurricane and Heavy Crush, that's different. It's a falling spin, and Heavy Crush is also a falling spin. These turn into straight smash animations when you're doing a blast combo, so that's probably why those work the way they do. But yeah, hopefully at some point we'll get blast combos back, because they definitely are fun to use and watch, and if you get into a situation in Sparking Zero where someone has a super explosive wave and they vanish right in front of you to use it after you get ping-ponged by vanishing attacks, and you would get an opportunity to vanish that, it can be super cool. Alright, so here we are back on Coenger's video. I skipped the rest of the free blast off moves and sparking mode section because we've already covered that. There isn't really any point in me showing you the rest of that section. So we are now moving on to super movement, or as some of my friends like to call it in the Tenkaichi community, Hawk super movement, because less than 5% of the community is actually capable of using this mechanic. So the move that you're about to see is a move that's exclusive to specific characters in Tenkaichi 3. At first we thought it was exclusive to anyone that had a power level of comparable or over Super Saiyan 3, but that turned out to be false because Ultimate Gohan does not have it. For some reason, Chiaotzu and Cybermen are capable of doing it, and the other problem with it in Sparking Zero is that it's pretty much useless. It actually has some use in the step barrier, like you can actually use it within the step barrier to move from side to side, sort of like how it was in Tenkaichi 2, but that's pretty much it. In Tenkaichi 3, you actually do have a bunch of different things that you can use it for, or use it with. And after this section, I will try and show you some good examples of that. Or yeah, he's already showing a couple of things, so maybe I don't need to. Yeah, he used the ground for assistance there, but there is a different pattern that you can use. And I'm gonna pause this for one moment, actually. You can enjoy that frame for a second. The best part about using super movement in Tenkaichi 3 is that you 100% require the use of your joystick. You cannot do it with the D-pad, and the reason for that is because you absolutely require 360 degrees of movement. If you do not have that, then you're not able to make the most of super movement, because if you know all of your geometry angles, then all you need to know after that is how much distance the super movement can cover, and the rhythm for entering super movement in general. You get those three things down, super movement is one of the most satisfying mechanics to pull off in Tenkaichi 3, and it is so much fun to watch as well. Easily one of the best mechanics in the entire game in Tenkaichi 3. In Sparking Zero, it's one of the worst. You can't do anything with it. If they change it so that instead of getting this vanishing strafing, you get the stun barriers back, and you can actually have properly functioning dragon dashes and dashes in general, then you can actually start making use of high-speed movement again. Because I promise you guys, they bring this back properly in Sparking Zero, I will lab the hell out of Sparking Zero to find you every possible pattern you could think of, and you will have so much fun learning how to use this mechanic. I promise you that. Now, this was also something that they removed in Sparking Zero, is that super movement can clash with itself or Dragon Dash in Tenkaichi 3, but they removed that in Sparking Zero. I really don't know why. Really not sure why. I think it was a thing in Raging Blast 2. I can't really remember. I'm not gonna test it though. Sorry. Yeah, so this, as I heard apparently Doto Doya eloquently state, he called this key sickness. It's literally just called a key debuff. You get this from using moves like Power Up to the Very Limit, which give you instant sparking mode, or you use it after doing moves like After Mid-Strike, or even moves like Bojack's Pump Up, which increases your attack strength and I think maybe your defense, but it decreases your key charging speed. I don't know why they decided to remove all of that in Sparking Zero, but hopefully they bring back this. So here he uses Power Up to the Very Limit. You can see that he's got all the buffs, even though having the key charge buff doesn't actually matter, because when you get into Sparking mode, you can't charge anymore. And then after this, you can see because he used Power Up to the Very Limit, therefore the key charge debuff, it comes on, because he used it, it comes back on, and then after, because he used it and it wears out, he gets the debuff. Oh good, he actually does use Pump Up here. Yeah, see, there you go. You get the attack buff. There's no defense buff, I was incorrect about that. But you do get the key charge debuff here. And it doesn't go away, mainly because it's natural to the Pump Up skill itself. So even if you charge up maximum key, it's not going to go away, unlike how it will with After Mid-Strike and using Power Up to the Very Limit. Yep, changing forms also does remove any buff you have, actually, whether it's a buff or a debuff. If you revert or transform, that stat change goes away because it was only applicable to the character that used it, and not every character has the same skills. Even if the character has the same skill, you're still gonna have to use the skill all over again in order to get the buff back. It doesn't carry over. I am curious though, if I have any people watching this that play Xenoverse 2, can you please tell me if you have a buff or something for your created character or one of the default characters and you transform. Does the character keep the buff or no? 'Cause I don't have any recollection anymore of Xenoverse 2's Super Soul system. I don't remember how it works at all, except that when you get hit or you use something in particular, it activates. So if someone in the comments can enlighten me on that, I'd greatly appreciate it. I may not play Xenoverse anymore. I sold my copies a long time ago, but I can still appreciate the system that Xenoverse had, since it's an MMO, not an actual fighting game, but it has its own combat system, which is unique, so. Yeah, see, Perception here in Tenkaichi 3, it's so much more balanced, and in Sparking Zero, it's just broken. I'm actually going to be adding something onto this entire video at the end, once we're done here. How long is this video again? Oh, I'm getting to the end. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, so something to note here, I'm going to rewind a little bit, I might actually have to input something here. You see how Kwenger says that if you press Perception, will make the character face the opponent before the startup, unlike in Tenkaichi 3. This is both a true and false statement, and I'm wondering if I can actually test it somehow. But when you get back-turned in Tenkaichi 3, if you press block while back-turned, your character will have a surprised reaction, and they'll try to realign so that they actually can block. I think what I'll do actually is I'll interject here and I'll try and get a clip for it on Tenkaichi 3. Alright, I got a clip for you guys here. So this is what it looks like when you're back-turned and you press block to realign. You see how Goku is turning around it doesn't look like a natural turn. It looks more like he got surprised and he has to turn around in order to block. This is what was removed in Sparking Zero, and literally during these frames, while you're turning around in order to block, you are vulnerable. You can get hit by a free grab, you can get hit by a free super, depending on what both of those are. And all they need to do is bring this back in Sparking Zero, even for Perception users, because if you're doing Perception or trying to realign by pressing block, This mechanic will be a lifesaver for so many situations. Okay, and then we come back to Coenger's video again. We're almost done here. I shouldn't be spending too much more time here, honestly. Alright, let's see what else we got. I vaguely remember I wanted to add another note somewhere, but... yeah, perception will make you face the opponent. That wasn't a thing in Tenkaichi 3, which is actually kind of amusing. I actually did not know that myself, but then again, who with a brain in Tenkaichi 3 would try to enter counterattack while back turn? I don't know anyone who's ever tried that. I genuinely did not know that was possible. I guess if you press both buttons at the same time, it should be fine. Like, if the game detects that you enter counterattack rather than blocking, then it probably will go through. Yeah, so in Tenkaichi 3, I think that the Z counter, or super counter, I'll use Sparking Zero terminology, is 1 frame, if I recall correctly. I don't know. I'm kind of beginning to lose some Tenkaichi knowledge here. If you enter a Z counter, right, and you miss it, if you misinput it or it just doesn't come out, the game has a cooldown of 25 frames, if I'm not mistaken. So if you input it again during those 25 frames, then you'll have to wait for the cooldown all over again. The 25 frames will literally, you'll have to wait all over again for those 25 frames to go through. Like, let's say you're on, like, frame 17 or 18, and you try to do it again. The cooldown will reset itself, and you'll have to wait all over again. So, yeah, in my opinion, they should make Super Counter as strict as it was in Tenkaichi 3. Because so many people being capable of it doesn't make any sense when the majority of these people probably don't even know how to play the game. They should just spend some time learning how to do it properly if they really want to enjoy playing the game. That's my opinion. And yeah, honestly, being able to spam it is not good game design. Yeah, this is also something that's been removed in Sparking Zero. I mean, hell, you still got step-in combos that become blockable even after you've done the step-in combo, so I don't know why that's a thing. See, this part doesn't bother me that much, where both sides are able to move freely until the game starts. And you can't use any key-consuming moves until the game actually starts. In Sparking Zero, I mean, sure, I guess it does add depth and strategy, but at the same time, with how Sparking Zero currently is, I think it's actually very beneficial that Sparking Zero does not allow both sides to move freely before the fight actually starts, because with the game in its current state, that would actually be an absolute disaster for really bad characters, and very advantageous for already naturally good characters. So that's something that in the game's current state, I disagree. I don't think that it needs, but if the game gets to a point where it has better movement options and stuff, then yeah, we can definitely bring back the ability to move freely. It would be nice. Alright, yeah, I think that's it for Coenger's video. If I have anything more to add here, I will add it. If not, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Shout out to Coenger KRT for making this video and giving me permission to actually do kind of a reaction kind of video to it with my own overlaid notes and whatnot. His channel link will be in the description. If you'd like more videos like this, I don't know how much more there possibly could be to showcase for you guys, like in terms of differences or like what was removed and what wasn't. But I'll see. Let me know in the comments below if you liked the video. Hit the thumbs up button, share it with your friends so that more people get informed about the differences between these two games. take care and have a wonderful day.